Hey, this is Luke with Salt Strong. So pumped to introduce the new cheat sheet to make sure that you're matching the right lures with the right rigging options so you can maximize your results out of the water. Soft plastic lures can be the best lures by far in the tackle bag, but that requires that they're rigged properly and that they're rigged with the right options as well, because there's a lot of rigging options. Each one does serve a purpose. And there's really been two main issues that I've seen. Number one is depth control. Depth control is so crucial, especially this season where a lot of the feeding is happening on the bottom. We need to get our lures down on the bottom. If we're not getting our lures down deep enough, we're flat out not going to be catching fish. And the number two is just getting snagged too often. It is important to get on the bottom, and whether we're going after redfish, seatrout, snook, flounder, and a variety of other ambush predators, most of them are holding near structure. And so if you're fishing hard structure and you're not rigging weedless, that's a big issue as well. And so this cheat sheet will help make sure that you don't fall prey to those two items. And so let's go ahead and show you how it works, and we'll go through a lot of these lures. Again, some paddle tails, some shrimp, all different sizes. And so we'll be matching those lures to the optimal rigging for the specific depth ranges and if you want to be weedless or not weedless. Again, very, very important. Although this looks complex, I promise you it's not. And so I'll just walk you through this cheat sheet. So over here on the horizontal axis are the different lures. These are the most popular lures in our online store. So I included them, and there's links to each one if you want to learn more about those. And then over here on the vertical axis is all of the rigging options, again, that are most popular in our store. And so these are categorized by traditional, meaning that they're exposed hooks, they're not weedless. And then on the newer items down here, that they're the weedless, either jig heads or weighted hooks. Again, for me personally, I'm usually using these weedless options because I'm fishing very tight to dock, pilings, to rocks, to oysters, the hard structure where a lot of these predators are holding. But if I'm going out on a beach or fishing some more open water situations, then I'll use these traditional jig heads, the exposed hooks. And I'll give you an example here. This is an example of an exposed hook, right? There's going to be a higher hookup ratio on this. The benefit is there's a higher hookup ratio on the fish. The con, though, is that there's also a higher hookup ratio on rocks and dock pilings, so there's a much higher risk of getting snagged. Conversely, I'll pull out one of these new weedless rigging items where you can get the same depth coverage, but you can have this hook point either flush with the lure or dug in slightly so that you're very weedless, where you can bounce right off the pilings, right off the rocks without getting snagged, and still have a good hookup ratio when the fish strikes. So we'll use this as an example so we can just see how this overall chart works. So in most cases, somebody's starting with their lure where they want to use, let's say, a Power Prawn Junior or a 3.5 inch paddle tail. We'll just go the Power Prawn USA Junior. So we know we want to use this, and we know we're going to be in 4 to 5 feet of water, and we want to fish near rocks. So we automatically want to go past the traditional jig heads and go down to the weedless section. And now we want to go down this column. I'll go ahead and highlight it. And we want to find the green cells. So the green cells means that's the optimal solution for that depth range. And then these orange cells means that it'll work, but it's not as good as something else in that category. So if we think we're going to fish in 5 feet of water and we need to be weedless, this is going to be the option. So we can see this 3 to 8 foot range for the Power Prawn USA Junior green cell. We go over here and so, okay, now we know that's actually the one that I was holding. Now we know that we need to have this 1/4 ounce Haas weedless football jig head with a 3/0 size hook. And this is literally what I've been using most of all lately, again, when I'm fishing that depth range, which has been very common lately, particularly for fishing docks. This thing has been just absolutely dynamite fishing docks where I can bounce off the pilings without getting snagged and then still get the hook up when that fish strikes. All right, so the same premise holds true if we're trying to match, say, a paddle tail to a shallow running option as well. And so we'll just look at the mulligan, get another new lure, go to the mulligan, and now we just scroll down. We want to go past the jig heads. We need to be weedless. We're going to be covering, say, a shallow grass flat or buzzing over some oysters. And so we know we want to be in some shallow water, and we need to find the green cells. So here, let's say we're going to be in 0 to 2 feet. And so in this case, here's the best option. And that's what I have it rigged on. This is the Haas Helix weighted hook, and this is the 1/8 ounce weight on the shank. This has just been an overall just awesome combo for buzzing the shallows. And as you can see, we have the weighted hooks that cover the shallow water as far as the green options for being weedless here. And then as we scroll down and need some deeper water, that's when we need to go back to these football jigs, right? These weedless football jigs. So that's how this table works. Again, it's not rocket science by any means, but this is very important. The first step we have is to match the rigging, and then the second step we have is to actually rig it properly. And so Once you do match your rigging profile, you then can go, let's say we're going to go to this this Haas weedless football jigs. We can now go to the website, and now on these product pages on fishrun.com, there's going to be a video, and this is going to show you exactly how to rig it to maximize your results. Both of these steps are very important, so I just highly encourage you to take advantage of the cheat sheet. You can use the link down below to download it. You can even print it out if you like, just to make sure that you always have the right answer to your rigging needs. And then as always, right, if you need to pick up any of them, you can just add them to your cart, and we'll be quick to ship them your way. And just so you know, all Insider members, you get all of this at 20% off, and if you spend more than $50 up here, you actually get free shipping as well. Our duty is to make sure that you're just catching more fish while saving money on your tackle. And so I believe that this cheat sheet will help you do both of those items here at once. So thank you so much for watching. Any questions at all, leave a comment down below. Otherwise, hope to see you again soon.